Flo G, the rise of a Filipino rap icon. How does a quiet kid from Manila's underground scene end up becoming one of the most recognizable voices in Filipino hip-hop? Not by luck, not by hype, but by relentless grind, unwavering self-belief, and a voice that refused to be silenced. Flo G didn't just chase dreams, he turned them into verses that shook the culture. In an industry dominated by noise and trends, few artists stand out with true substance. Flo G, born Archie Basilio, did more than rise, he redefined the sound. Known for his razor-sharp wordplay, smooth cadence, and fearless energy, he helped bring underground Filipino rap to the mainstream while staying true to his roots. If you like this type of stories, please like, share, and subscribe for more. The humble beginning, a voice born in struggle. Before he became Flo G, Archie was just another dreamer in the concrete chaos of Metro Manila. Life wasn't easy. The streets taught him early that success doesn't come with a manual, it comes with scars. But even as a kid, he had rhythm in his veins. He observed, he listened, he wrote. In a world that rarely listens to the quiet ones, he trained his pen to scream truth. He didn't have flashy equipment or big-time producers. What he had was hunger. That raw, insatiable drive to prove himself, not to the world first, but to the mirror. Music wasn't just a hobby. It was his weapon, his therapy, and his lifeline. Ex Battalion and The Breakthrough. His talent didn't go unnoticed. He was recruited into Ex Battalion, the now iconic rap collective that flipped the script on Filipino hip-hop. While others saw local rap as underground noise, Flo G and his crew made it mainstream without compromising the soul. Flo G's voice stood out, not because it was loud, but because it was precise. Every line had weight. His verses cut through beats like blades through silk, calm, calculated, deadly. He brought storytelling, cadence, and swagger in one explosive mix. When songs like High and Emosila and No Games dropped, they didn't just trend, they took over. Suddenly, jeepneys were blasting trap beats. High school kids were rapping his verses word for word. And Flo G became more than a rapper, he became a voice for the unheard. Critics, challenges, and the comeback mindset. But with fame comes friction. Some labeled XB as too commercial, others questioned their authenticity. Flo G, in particular, faced heat for his evolving style. Some wanted him boxed into the underground sound. Others thought he played it too safe. But real artists know growth isn't a betrayal, it's necessary. Flo G didn't retaliate with drama, he responded with music. Every diss, every doubt, every attempt to push him down only sharpened his pen. He dropped solo tracks that showcased his range, from trap-heavy anthems to introspective bangers. He wasn't chasing approval, he was chasing mastery. One of his most talked-about songs, G Wolf, wasn't just a flex, it was a declaration. A reminder that behind the chill delivery was a beast who refused to be tamed. Beyond the bars, Flo G's personal evolution. What makes Flo G unique is not just what he raps, but why he raps. He doesn't just talk about street life or status. He talks about discipline, resilience, and purpose. He speaks for kids who don't have mentors, for families who live paycheck to paycheck, for youth trying to break cycles of poverty through talent. Offstage, he's calm and grounded. He rarely indulges in online drama or public feuds. Instead, he lets his work speak. He trains, writes, records, improves. While others burn out chasing clout, Flo G stays focused, working like he still has everything to prove. He also started showing more of his personal side, his love for family, his gratitude for supporters, and his vision for OPM, original Filipino music. He wants to inspire not just fans, but future rappers who believe in telling their truth. Building a legacy, not just a career. Flo G could have been content with viral fame, but that's not his goal. He wants longevity. That's why he keeps evolving. His production quality has leveled up. His flow has matured. His lyrics, once all about swag and street code, now touch on legacy, love, self-awareness, and vision. He's not just making tracks, he's crafting a catalog. A timeline of his growth as a person and as a Filipino artist. He's mentoring younger rappers, collaborating across genres, and opening doors that once seemed closed to artists from the streets. In a landscape where many fizzle out after a few hits, Flo G keeps rising. Because he's not here for the spotlight, he's here to build something that lasts. Final thoughts: the sound of a generation. Flo G's story reminds us that success isn't about being loud. It's about being consistent. It's about doing the work, even when no one's watching. It's about taking hits and turning them into heat. It's about growth, not just as a rapper, but as a human. He represents a generation that refuses to be boxed in. A generation that values authenticity over perfection. A generation that's hungry, focused, and unafraid to evolve. So when you listen to Flo G, don't just hear the beat, feel the journey. Because behind every rhyme is a kid who refused to stay silent. A young man who turned his truth into an anthem. A Filipino rapper who went from forgotten corners of the city to commanding the nation's playlists. And if he did it, what's stopping you?